here at the Endless Honeymoon Podcast with Moshe Kasher, my husband, and Seth Green,
the one
my
and
new
only.
friend.
The legend.
You are a legend.
You are kind of a legend.
Oh, fun.
I
mean, you've been around long enough to be a legend. You're not. Doesn't mean you're old. It means you've been around.
You know
none taken.
You know what you got? You got Hollywood stories, baby. That
That's
was my
true.
dream.
That is true.
I wanted to be an old broad
With good stories.
with good stories, but I need more things to happen to me.
Oh.
I need to get in the mix a little more because
It's hard. It's exhausting.
You guys just being in the mix or having the stories.
Like being in the mix.
Yeah.
To stay in the mix. Like to really stay in the mix, it's exhausting.
How old were you when you first started acting?
7.
Fuck.
that's
man.
how old our kid is.
7 and in the mix. Can you imagine our child in the mix?
And you knew you were good too.
I had enough affirmation to believe that what I was doing fit in with the people that were doing it right.
But what about at 6? What happened there?
I got to be on stage at summer camp. I forced my way into the teenage kids show, and I had a legit moment. Like I remember it so vividly, and I'd already been on stage like a year before at another summer camp. The teenage kids thought it'd be funny to have the art teacher's kid in the sketch, and so I got to like rehearse with them and even improv with them. And I was like, I like that. I like that. Feels right. Like we said they were like, I felt that.
Was it the audience applause too?
It was less about the applause than like, it felt like orchestrating moods. It felt like we could play the music of the audience, make them feel something, make them laugh about something, make them like fucking feel something. Like that's what it was. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. And we did it in a couple different shapes. We did it because of the act. It was like a talent show that and I realized this kid had to be like 14 years old, which makes it all the funnier because to me he was an expert. I was a 5-year-old kid, and this guy was like a comedy expert showing me how to put the show on. I don't know. Everything about it felt right. And by the time I was begging the other kids at the other summer camp to like put me in, the first season they were doing You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. And I was like,
it's a classic.
Give me Woodstock. I don't need dialogue. Like, get me on the set. And they were like,
you wanted to be Woodstock?
I was like, whatever. There is no Woodstock in the play. He doesn't exist. I was like, put me in the fucking costume. Let me sit on the shit.
Yeah.
No, and let me be here. And they were like, no.
Yeah.
And I think back and those kids were like 14 maybe. So
I was a child actor too. I don't think I had a love of the craft as much as you did. I had more of this idea that I was like, I gotta do this. Like it was like a compulsion.
Yeah, I felt like for sure. Well, that was the thing. I did this other summer camp, and they froze me out that first session, and then the second session I was still there, and they're putting on Hello Dolly, and I fought my way into it. They like gave me some bullshit.
You were Dolly, right?
Yeah. It was the first time I was cross-dressing, and learned a lot about just what's possible. What is
changing
identity?
moods? Yeah. It wasn't about the applause, really. It was about the dress.
It was never about the applause for me. It always was about like rolling into town and putting on a show and making the people feel whatever the thing is. Like that's the thing I love the most, is doing it with the other experts or the people that you're showing how to do the thing. We're a bunch of fucking carnies, like rolling into town and putting on a show. It's
for me,
favorite.
what it's about is about producing endless hours of content in order to build my personal brand. Like that's my passion play.
Yeah.
That's what it really is about.
I get it. I've just, I feel like I've got more than 10,000 hours out there available on any of these platforms. So
do you feel when you're acting now the same passion that you did when you were 6?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
But I make a point of not picking shit that's gonna contest that.
Yeah.
Because you can find yourself on set and you're like, what am I doing? Yeah. Who are these people? Why did I agree to this?
Who's like the nicest person you've ever worked with?
I don't know. I've had some like super special nice people.
Like as a child though, like were people nice to children?
Most
nice to children.
Because as I was a child actor, and some of the actors were mean to me.
Yeah. Some
adults were mean to me.
The thing that I got at really young, because of the stuff I was lucky enough to be a part of telling, was how complicated adults are. And how much adults go through as children to get them to the point where they're this crabapple telling you to get the fuck out of their dressing room.
You're saying you became aware of that as a child?
Yeah.
Well, because it's not like teacher energy. Like I remember an actor. I got a part. I was like playing the Ghost of Christmas Past because I already had been in the play a bunch of times, but it was like a regional theater. And I remember the man was flown in who was playing Scrooge from Chicago.
We got a Scrooge. We got a Scrooge. We got to fly him in.
And he didn't want to do the scene with me because
you were
I
too
was like
young?
a kid and I wasn't really a professional and I was just doing an impression of the lady who did it last year. But like he was like, not with her. Or, I don't know. It was just, it was like a snobbery.
But he wasn't even trying to work you out. He wasn't like, you've got to do it like this.
No,
dude.
it was just like, no.
Get
you
her
know?
outta here.
I'm just saying people can be rude and then you're a kid and you pick up on that. And I was in very adult environments. Like, I cannot believe that I went away unscathed.
It's
like,
different. It's different for women too. It's completely different for girls. And I can say that first person. Like it's completely different for girls.
Because you've iced out a lot of women in your career.
As much as as hard and as fat, like I can't pull that fucking ladder up.
You do it hard. Yeah, that's your reputation.
I'm just like, not for you.
Wherever you could be the Scrooge that flew in from Chicago, you find your spots.
Well,
But
like,
get her out of here. That's Brie Larson. I don't care. Get her out.
I don't care what her name is.
well, you know, the difference between me and you is you were in Hollywood. So I was in Illinois in the theater and everyone looked so like beaten down and poor. And I remember thinking, I don't want to be an actor because like none of them have nice shoes. Like they all seem like, but you were around actually successful.
Well, I saw all sides of
Financially,
it
it's
so
like-
young. I saw all sides of it. I saw a lot of kids that blew up and like either lost all their money or died. I knew a lot of adults that had been kids and like lost all their money or died or became success stories like Jodie Foster and Ron Howard.
Right.
Like, I got to work with Jodie Foster when I was 8 years old in a movie, and I was so aware of the fact that she was a kid actor who had already been nominated for an Oscar, who had decided to go to college, who I think it was after we did the movie that the guy shot Reagan and
for her.
said it was all for her.
Right.
But when we got to work together, she was so cool. She did not treat me like a kid. And that's what I noticed the most is there's other actors who no matter what age they are, they see a kid and they'll take them at their word. Like you can tell if a kid is lucid and is like, I'm curious about acting. And they just need some refinement. Like I needed a lot of refinement because I was so obnoxious. That's so much energy. I think I had a lot to prove when I was very young. And I was like, look at all this. Guys, look at I can fucking do this. I really needed to get my discipline together. And I had a couple of people who were very cool about that. But the thing about you can tell when an adult gives a shit, has the time, wants to be like, try it this way. Hey, you ever seen this? You know what I learned? Look at this shit. And it's a little us against them, you know, where you're the performer, you're the magician.
I can't even think of another field in the world, maybe music, where it's an accepted part of the field that children are
Music.
necessary and in some ways equal partnership in the craft.
Music.
Yeah.
Every pop star, every one of these and it's gotten younger and younger. I mean, I'm not excited about that messaging. It's just
I'm
a
extremely
fact.
excited about it.
Yeah, I could see you lining up for the
Kids Bop is just what I'm after.
Our daughter wants to be a singer, so
But she won't take a singing class, so there you go.
Oh, well, I think that's wildly irresponsible and also super problematic to ever becoming successful.
Well, I have a question. Speaking of problematic, do you think, because you're one of the success stories, you're talking about Jodie Foster and Ron Howard, you're a stable, normal person with a happy life, but you talk about all the kind of the carnage that you've witnessed over the years. Do you think it's a healthy? Do you think it's unhealthy but worth it, or is it just it can be healthy, it can be unhealthy? Like when I think about my child going like, I want to be an actor, my first thought is like, please God, don't. What do you feel looking back?
This was all I could do. And I think about that all the time and told both my parents how grateful I am that they let me go and how insane that is when your 16-year-old child is like, I'm going to move to Los Angeles. And they're like, well, you got your own money, I guess. Go ahead. And I was like, this is where I need to be. This is where the auditions are.
I should thank my mom more for letting me be a like miss school and be a part of a theater. Like,
it is a crazy thing, especially because you're a parent now. You know how fucking crazy it is to think about your child saying, I'm not only entirely self-aware and cognizant of my own future and like intention, I'm mature enough to handle whatever circumstances are going to come my way. And I think about all the shit I learned on that time, like in that time when I was living alone in Los Angeles.
At 16?
At 16,
Wait, you lived alone?
Well, I had a roommate.
Oh, you had a roommate.
Wait, isn't that illegal? Were you emancipated?
Nah, I had a guardian, like one of my managers and agents.
Was your
were
guardian?
always a guardian for a period of time. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know.
Did he come over and check?
Ish. You know, it was all like rotary phones at that point. You just lose a kid. That's why we all had our own keys. That was the era where a kid could just like disappear.
But you know what this reminds me of? When Adam Rippon was on our podcast, he's like an Olympics figure skater. But he would tell his mother, like, I want to get up early. I want to go to the rink. I'll get all my brothers and sisters dressed. So as long as you'll drive me for an hour so I can be at the rink. And it's like people like that, like you, even like me, like I feel like I'm so lucky I got that bug or I got that
something to
some
identify
passion
with.
And my daughter is keeping asking me like about a passion and well, when did you know about your passion? And I'm wondering, like, because my mom would always say, I'm so jealous that you knew what you wanted to do with your life. How would you show your kid? What do you think we can do? My approach with my kid is to enroll her in everything.
Well, I mean, my pitch is to just like let them do whatever they want.
Skydive?
Watch TV all day?
I've been skydiving.
Sail around the world solo?
Make sure you've got enough experience in like not understanding a nautical concept so you don't fucking die.
Wait, is there a career that your kid could? You have a 2.5-year-old, so it's hard to say because they're so young. But a career that your kid would come to you and go, I found my passion, where you would say, sorry, we don't do that in this house.
I just don't know.
You can't.
Okay, I have one.
Because what is it? There's too much context necessary to make that kind of
You can cut this out if you want.
Cut what out?
What I'm about to say.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Your kid comes to you. She's 23.
Okay.
Makes pretty good money.
Right, I'm 70.
Yeah, you're 70. Think about it.
She won't tell you what she does for a living.
This is funny.
Oh. I would just like dance around the fact that she obviously works for the government.
The government?
Yeah, some kind of black ops.
It ain't the government.
You're sure she's not in like global real estate? She doesn't do consulting.
He would just tell himself that.
She lives in
My
Washington.
daughter's a consultant.
She lives in Washington.
Actually,
in a townhouse.
Washington's worse.
No, my girlfriend, their daughter said that. Like, or they won't tell them what they do for a living.
But had like a fat wad of cash. It's something illicit.
Yeah, probably drugs. Sex.
Probably drugs. Yeah.
Drugs and sex. Here's what I'll say. I don't think that sex is a bad thing. And I think that a lot of damage has been done to people under the premise that sex is shameful or that the things you like, if they're not fucking hurting anybody or traumatizing anybody else, like you're allowed to like what you like. And us shaming each other over the way we want to have our most intimate experiences, I think, is really unhealthy in general. So that said, I've like met plenty of girls who are like, this is my duty.
Yeah.
I love sex and I know how to do it. And a lot of these people, they never get to have sex. They don't even know what it feels like.
Do you know that there are sex workers?
You think there's women out there like that?
I met a couple of them.
No,
and I've
true.
also met the other ones who are like, yeah, my dad was never around. And that's when I started stripping. And I love smoking cigarettes. And have you ever tried meth? Like, I've met, listen, I've lived a lot of life, Natasha. And you have to know before
You're like B. Arthur or something.
You are like B. Arthur.
Well, before I met my wife, I tried a lot. I kissed a lot of frogs, guys. Like, I was out in the mix. And I also got to be like visibly famous in my 20s with like a peer group that was my own.
Or bad?
Well, it definitely gave me the opportunity to both experience all different kinds of life and also like be an potentially unredeemable asshole.
A certified freak.
Yeah, certified freak, buddy. 24-hour on that dollar.
But no, there are sex workers out there. By the way, I heard this amazing radio show about sex workers that work with the disabled, and it's something that you don't even think about. That some, disabled people, they're disabled physically, but they're not disabled sexually. They're as horny as everybody else, and they don't. Yeah. Some people are so severely disabled they can't even masturbate if they want to. So these people, I came away from that radio program like, these people are fucking absolute saints. Not that you have to be working with only the disabled to be a saint as a sex
there's
worker.
all
It's
different.
all good work.
There's just all different sides of it is the point. So if my child was like, listen, I have such a healthy relationship with my body and sex that I want to share it with other people for money, I'm sure I would be like, hey, I don't need any details.
Yeah.
But I love you. All right. I want you to do what makes you happy. Please don't ever film it and show it to me. I just don't know.
In what context would that ever happen? Dad, Merry Christmas.
Dad, my 10 set finally came out. This one's called, it's a Christmas box set, Gaping Ho-Ho Holes.
All right, we talked about the people you love the most, Jodie Foster. What an angel. What about the devils? Kind of devils
I don't know.
you got?
I've like really had a lot of positive experiences, and the people. This is what's fucked up, guys. You learn to practice a ton of forgiveness when you become any kind of visibly recognizable on a like any level. You become. I have had to become incredibly forgiving of human beings for just acting like human beings. Like there's, you know. When somebody sees you in public, right? You just got to figure out how to be cool. And I knew a lot of people who, I got to witness a lot of people being cool and a lot of people really not being cool.
Your team Diddy. I get it.
There's a truth to the idea that you don't get to have a bad day if you're a famous person. Like, you don't get to
I
have
haven't
a bad
heard
day.
that.
Yeah.
You don't really get to have a bad day because every time that somebody's meeting you, it might be the 100,000th, millionth time you're meeting someone, but man, it's the very first time, maybe the only time they're ever gonna see you. You got a split second to get your shit together and just like be nice. Just be nice and be like, I'm so sorry. I'm in the middle of a private moment. It's really nice to meet you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or you could just be like, get the fuck out of here. My kid is shitting. Like you could.
She just showed me gaping holes.
You know
I'm
what
processing.
saying? You know what I'm saying? You got a choice. And
or take a day off and take it out on your husband.
That's
that's
the
smart.
best. Yeah, stay home. Stay off the fucking phone and just like yell at him.
Yeah.
Why do you do this?
Yeah.
Why are you like this? It only feels so good, right?
Well, I think that's good. It really has made an impression on me when I go to sets and someone's really nice to everybody, and it makes a difference. You can, as a personality, I guess you can make a difference, and you're just in the vibe. You can help the vibe.
Yeah,
because you have a big presence for whatever reason.
I think this is the most fun job that I could imagine, and I cannot believe I've gotten to do it for so long enough that I've made a living at it. Like that seems insane for me. And when I never really spend time unpacking it because it's just too weird. And I'd rather just like keep moving forward.
Listen,
We want to keep asking you questions about
I'm
it.
gonna just break down the fourth wall and say we really are just trying to get you to tell the Bill Murray story. You don't have to. You could say no. We have an editing technology,
That's so
but
funny.
we want the Bill Murray story.
It's not like and the worst thing about it is I told this story on a podcast, like in an effort to not eat garbage. Like it was don't eat. It was like, you could eat this garbage, or you could say, like, who's the meanest celebrity you ever met? And I was like, oh, I'm definitely not eating that garbage. And then I said Bill Murray, and my publicist was even like, I don't know this story. All right, as quickly as possible. And I'll also say that I didn't like that story seemed to follow a tale of people shit-talking Bill Murray. Because I've actually always loved him as a performer and think he's great. And again, forgive this. What was he, 30?
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
If I
When this
didn't have to
happened?
wait tables for 20 years in between my gig as a child and my, success now, I would have been such a monster.
Yeah, it's easy to imagine, especially like cocaine was everywhere. This was like the early, I was 9, I think. So it was like Eddie Murphy was still on SNL. That's what year it was. And so I did a news segment and I showed up early.
This is on SNL?
On SNL. It was, I think it wasn't Jane Curtin. Who was the news? Mary Gross was the contributor. And it's her, the whole gag is like, we're talking to kids about the Christmas season and we can't wait to see their bright, joyous faces. And one of the kids is like, it's a hassle. The whole thing's a big bore. The traffic is insane. The crowds. And then I can't remember. I had 2 lines, but one of them was just like, I wish they'd just give me cash. And it is so.
I bet you were so good.
I loved it so much. And I had watched SNL, so I was like, oh, this is the fucking thing. Like, look at these people doing sketch comedy. This is it. It's like as good as I don't know. I grew up on all that stuff, watching the old sketch shit. Anyway, so I'm there early. There's a green room. It's a big long couch. There's a wall with a TV and a bunch of books on it. And there's some bullshit on TV, and I think like Chips was on or whatever. It was Saturday, whatever Saturday was. And I was like, hey, can I change this? Will somebody change this TV? They're like, no, you got to do it. And I was like, okay. And so I climbed up this whole bookcase. I like scaled this bookcase to get to the TV, and I clicked it. And Eddie Murphy was like, hold on a second. He got a camera. He's like, I need to take a picture of this. Took a picture of me like over the bookcase, changing the TV. And I jumped down, and then I sat on the arm of a couch. And there were a couple other kids that were in the sketch, and they were all around. We were all around, like rolling in with their parents and stuff. And I'm sitting on the arm of the chair, and Bill Murray walks in, and he goes, "You're in my seat. Get out." And I go, "What?" I'm sitting on the arm of the chair. And he goes, "That's my seat. That's my seat." I go, no. At this point, there's an entire couch, dude. Don't be a dick. Or whatever I said. I have no idea if I even said any of that. But I knew that I was like, no. And then the other kid sees him and says, "Hey, aren't you Bill Murray?" And I just didn't, I'm such a fucking follower. Like, I didn't want to not be cool. So I said, "Oh, the Bill Murray?" And
that's a good line.
That was. I came in hot. It didn't work. My mom said, since he's the Bill Murray, shouldn't you give him?
Oh, your mom was on Team Murray?
Well, she just in that moment. Who knows? She might have been working a bit.
I would have said the same thing to my kid.
Yeah, my mom is like,
that's Bill fucking Murray. You better move.
She's like Mean Gene. She's like Paul Heyman. She would stir that shit up as quick as nobody's here into wrestling.
I know Mean Gene. All right. I know Mean Gene.
Got you about the Mean Gene. Okay,
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
Paul Heyman though.
No.
Fair enough. Known trickster.
I remember old Mean Gene.
So my mom comes in interjecting like, "Well, since he's the Bill Murray, shouldn't you give him the chair?" And I was even more indignant about it. I'm like, "Mom, no." Right? And so at that point, I can't remember if there's some other catalyst, but he gets me by my ankles, like grabs me by my feet and totally inverts me. And then he's like, "Trash goes in the trash can."
Oh my God.
Holds me over the industrial trash can. And I'm freaking out.
What's your mom doing?
I can't remember.
Oh, he's got her by the ankles.
Probably. And Murray's got him by the heels.
ankles. The classic
Swinging wide.
move.
He might even get this one outfield. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I just don't remember. And the thing I do remember is I like swung wild.
You tried to hit him?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I connected right with his nuts.
Whoa.
Right with the nuts. Solid nuts drop. He dropped me. I go in the can. The can falls over. I'm like mortified. I literally run from there back to the dressing room. And I hear him shouting after me like, "Those aren't real tears. That kid's an actor."
Sounds like he liked it.
Maybe.
It sounds like he liked every
It's
part
kind
of
of
it.
like we did a bit, right?
I mean, it almost feels like that. There is some humor to what he's doing.
I was
I get
just
it.
going to say, objectively,
this
it's cruel and awful, but funny. There's no question it's funny.
This is why, again, I didn't want this story to come out as a like dragging Bill Murray, because I don't really hold any grudges. Like, it's hard. I bet it's real fucking stressful to host SNL. And the best thing that happened, I was in my dressing room and I'm like hiding under the bed or something. I was just like, "I want to go home. I just need to leave. I just don't want to be here." And Eddie Murphy and Tim Kazurinsky came into my dressing room and they were like, "What are you going to do? Bill's a dick."
That's Bill, baby.
Yeah.
That's Bill, baby.
And they were like, "Don't let him make you be a bad actor.
Wow.
Show must go on." And I was like, "Here we go." You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Got my shit together.
You
And
know-
it's that's the thing. As an adult now, whenever I meet kids in the mix, and they're real, like they wanna, you can tell they want it. I will help them. You know what I mean? I'll look after them. I'll try and keep an eye out, make sure they're getting the good intel.
That's great.
You know, you told me that story, and the part that I wanted to rehear was the part that they said to you, because I remember when you said it, how it made me feel, and then I couldn't remember exactly what they said. But yeah, that's letting someone else be in control of your emotions or your mood is everything in acting, but also in life. I think that's kind of
You mean fighting against that?
Well, yeah, you should be independent of other people and their moods and their...
Don't let someone else's whatever affect your ability to do your job, the job that you're here to do.
And you knew that when you went to bed that night, you'd wake up and be able to do it all over again, over and over again, until Andy McDowell agreed to go out with you. Right. So you had a chance to do that
and
again.
And all I was thinking was, fuck, I'm going to learn to play the piano. Now it's
for Eddie, for Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, for Eddie.
But I got to say, when you watch Bill Murray, like we just rewatched with our daughter. We watched Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
And it was a little above her, you know, she was 6. It was a little over her head, but she finished it.
Yeah.
But he's just so unique. Like, what is going on? It's like, maybe that's what I hate. I'm like, maybe in order to access, like,
I don't know, right?
I'm not justifying how he treated you.
I am. I think it's great.
I thought it was hilarious, especially in retrospect. In retrospect, I was like, "You
should do that.
That's a fucking bit." If I ever get to host SNL, I'm definitely gonna call him and be like, "We gotta do a fucking bit,
reenactment,
some kind of side."
You picking up a frail Bill Murray by his ankles. You could probably pick him up at this point. It's like dangling him around.
It is real hard to be a leading man, and it is especially hard. Like, ego is a crazy thing. The different pressures at different ages. Like, I've always been a supporting actor, so I've always stood next to some version of a leading man, even when they were like 10 years old. And I've gotten this insane perspective from being being the supporting character in so many things.
Right.
Like, even how to behave when you're the lead in something. I've gotten to study everybody from the entirety of from the very beginning.
There's a weird thing. I was on a set of a movie once, and someone came. I won't say who it was. She came in, and I was like so excited, like, oh wow, she's coming. And then I saw her, and I was like, she looks like a regular person. She looked like a mom. She was like frazzled, and then they said action, and it was like a fucking movie star. It felt like a magic trick, like a conjuring. It was like, oh, a movie star is in our midst. It was like, that was a wild thing that I will never forget.
There's that old story about Marilyn Monroe. She's like walking down the street with whoever the reporter is, and they're like, how can you, they're like, nobody even notices. And she goes, oh, you want to see Marilyn? She like pulls off her scarf and takes up the thing, and all of a sudden fucking cars are crashing into each other. Because and especially the women, because the women can really inveigle themselves in public, like a lack of makeup, a different haircut, whatever the clothes, like you can just phantom out if you're lucky. Me, I look exactly like me.
There's
no matter what I do.
You don't have a conjuring, you do?
Well, no, because I'm like.
Well, you conjure your attention. You conjure your, you're conjuring.
Oh yeah.
The
No,
part.
I know how to act the fucking part. Like my Macaulay Culkin and I have buddies for over 20 years, and we would talk about, because it's very few people that you can actually have private conversations with that aren't in front of somebody where you still have to constantly be presenting. It was fun, just like you talk about that, the way you can snap somebody. The greatest stories. I don't think he'll mind that I tell this story. This is one of the funniest things. We're both in, somewhere, Germany, Belgium. we're promoting that movie Party Monster. We were in one of the film festivals, and we check into the hotel. And we had just been having a lengthy conversation about playing the role in public, like giving people the movie star encounter that they actually, like, give them a story and do something fucking hilarious. And so we had been joking about, like, wearing sunglasses everywhere. Like, sunglasses coming out of the bathroom on the plane. And
so you just wore them?
Just being like a specific type of movie star, like forcing this image down people's throats. Like when we went to Japan, we rocked it really hard. It was very funny. And you close the door and you like laugh about how insane it is, but then you step outside and you're J-Lo. And you have to do all that for anybody to actually notice. I genuinely believe. Because otherwise you get to say, hey, this is a private moment. I'm sorry. I'm just like hanging out, but it's great to meet you. High five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
This
interesting.
is a private moment. What if Moshe and I get, sometimes we'll take a walk around the reservoir, and nerd will come up to us and say they like the podcast.
Yeah, that's
that
very
happens
similar.
like once every 6 weeks. So maybe the next time it happens, I'm going to say, excuse me, we're having a private moment.
And I'm going to put some sunglasses on and say, you're having a movie star moment. And they'll be like, what movies have you been in? Well, not that many. But I'll tell you, I was at one of my greatest celebrity sightings was right down the street at the CVS on Highland. And I was walking by someone, and then I noticed that they were wearing sunglasses inside. So I looked again. That was why I looked again. And I was like, that's Mariah fucking Carey shopping at CVS. Really? How dare she come in public? And I got another thing. I was once at Swingers trying to have dinner with a friend.
Sure.
And what's Ashton Kutcher's wife person? Mila Kunis is sitting. You know how there's a window?
Yeah.
And then she's outside. And so I spent.
She's sitting outside.
She's sitting outside. I'm sitting inside trying to have lunch with a friend. Trying to have dinner with a friend.
Sure.
Neither of us could even have a conversation because we would just take turns looking at her. And I go, you know what? You don't belong in public. Like there's people out here trying to have dinners. We're trying to carry on a conversation. Yeah. You're too famous to just be sitting in the window. Like
I can't back this story at all.
Well, I'm talking to you, Seth.
I've known that girl since she's 14 years old, and I absolutely respect her right to sit outside.
See, that sounds like woke. That sounds like DEI talk. That sounds like woke DEI talk, dude, and I don't support that.
I just feel like human beings, especially ones that are maybe not like she didn't have it like the kids were obviously at school, right? She's off the clock. I think she was just like, I want to eat outside and feel the breeze. And maybe I don't want to be studied.
I didn't want to study her. I wanted to talk to my friend.
No, I feel you. You're like, there's a window between us that invokes my right to make you a human zoo. And we're gonna be highly distracted. We'll refrain from becoming distracted in any way.
Yeah.
I need to know, what's she thinking about? Who the fuck does she think she is?
Listen, it's a story I
coming out in public where I'm trying to have a meal.
It's a story I told for comedic effect.
I'm sorry. It's I literally
support her right to be
I
outside.
know everybody.
Yeah,
it's the hardest part. Like, I've been in this business for a long time, and I've only made friends. And you know what it is? It's allies and people to avoid. That's what I've realized.
I just turned myself
People
into a
to
person
avoid.
to avoid.
Yeah.
PTA.
Paul Thomas Anderson. What's your worst story about him?
He's like one of my favorite filmmakers. I would do anything. There's not much I wouldn't do to get into one of his movies.
Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe.
You know what I love more than anything else at night?
BBL?
Well, I would like it if you had a BBL on top of your NBL, which is a natural butt lift. But no, I like sleeping on beautiful, crisp, buttery, soft sheets.
You got a suggestion?
How about Boll & Branch?
Boll & Branch got the best.
Boll & Branch's signature sheets are the perfect way to start building your sanctuary of comfort. I have to say, I go on the road. The sheets are not as comfortable as the ones that are in my bed that Boll & Branch very nicely gifted us.
They're buttery soft. You can start and get softer every wash. So they start as butter and they move into butter.
They're breathable to sleep in, so you can add more layers without making your bed feel heavy or hot.
They are made with the highest quality, 100% organic cotton, but they're durable. They come in a variety of different colors, including their new limited edition fall colors. So, all you have to do to get these sheets, the sheets that your favorite podcasters sleep on, is
Go to Boll & Branch. For a limited time, get 20% off your first set of sheets plus free shipping. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND, branch.com/honeymoon to save 20% off and unlock your free shipping. Exclusions apply.
bollandbranch.com/honeymoon.
Okay, let's...
Oh, we can see their face?
Yeah,
it's live.
Let's talk to Ben from Berkeley.
Hey, Ben.
Hi there.
Hi, Ben.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you all doing?
We're great.
Wonderful.
Ben, it's Natasha, Moshe, and our friend Seth.
How's it going?
We have a slight internet delay, just so you know. So go ahead, tell us why you called, and hopefully it won't be weird.
Okay, let's do it. So my little backstory context setting, my mom and stepmom were together since I was 3. So for all intents and purposes, my stepmom was another mother to me. I have a younger brother, or my stepmom had my younger brother when I was 8. Then in mid-2020, my mom died, and my stepmom died in April recently. And so here's what I found out after my stepmom passed. In 2018, my mom's created a trust that would split their assets between me and my younger brother, with 75% in their house going to my brother and 25% going to me. Basically, I have my shit together. I'm financially stable, and my brother doesn't. About a year after my mom died, my stepmom changed the split to be 90%, 10%. And then in December,
10% to you?
she changed it to be 100%, 10% to me. And then in December, she changed it to be 100% going to my brother. So I've asked my brother to kind of make things go back to the way they were before my stepmom changed anything. So essentially to give me 25% of the money. He's taken time to think about that, but I know from discussions that we've had that
Wait, I'm sorry. Is she dead?
he's leaning towards keeping it all.
She's dead?
Excuse me?
She died?
She's still alive.
Yes.
Oh, she's dead.
Yeah, they're both passed.
Oh, he's got all the money now.
She did.
Passed in April.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
First of all, buddy, I'm so sorry. It like really sucks to lose your mom, and then especially to lose your other mom. Like I'm sorry.
And then to lose financially
Well, but
90%. That's
Then to be put in this absurdly stupid,
Controlling,
unnecessary situation. This is really terrible. I'm sorry.
And I guess I'm curious why she was using it to control you guys, or why she was doing that. But then it's also like, who cares why? It's
Doesn't
done.
matter.
Doesn't matter.
What do you do now?
Well, and she wasn't using it to control us while we were alive. I didn't really know about the split until after she died. I did know she had told me that it would be uneven, which I understand the reasons.
she's a mathematician as well.
Yeah. And so, I think the questions I have are kind of like, is it reasonable that I asked that of my brother?
Of course.
How do I accept kind of his decision if he decides to just keep all of it and not, give me 25% of the money? How do I not resent my stepmother? Because, she's not here to talk about it.
What's your relationship like with your brother?
That's a good question. We are not very close. I mean, we're 8 years apart, very different people. But I would hope that this is a shitty situation, but I would hope that, with my stepmom being gone, that maybe it's a catalyst for me and my brother to get a little bit closer, because he doesn't have a lot of other family.
That's
But I also don't know,
That's what you tell him when you
how
ask
do
for
I
the money
want-
next.
I think that's a real POV and a strong approach. Is like, hey, look, man, we haven't always been able to be there for each other, but we both lost our moms, and so here's an opportunity for us to grow together. And I have to even be really honest about it. The way this got set up is really unfair
And hurtful to me.
Yeah, hurtful from your stepmom, and it's got nothing to do with him. It's not something that you bear against him. It's something that your stepmom
Totally.
did
Ooh.
that's kind of inexcusable.
And here's a good line too. And I thought of her as a mother.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real though.
No,
That's,
I mean,
that is real.
Definitely has me
And-
questioning a lot of that stuff.
I am
You
curious.
guys have the
Yeah.
opportunity to be really honest with each other at this point.
I think that's great advice to really dive deep with the brother, because it's like, and you don't
Well,
want to tell him this, but if he decides to keep it, what if he really needs the money? That's the problem.
Well, you just make it not about the money, and you make it about what you're both. It's really tough, man. When loss, grief, especially parental grief, it's like such a motherfucker, because you're confronted with every conversation that you didn't get to have, right? Everything that you never got to say or that you didn't get to do, and you both suffer that. You will both suffer that loss forever, and so being able to bond about it, being able to ask the questions of each other and work through, because you're gonna be resentful of each other. You'll have different resentments for your priorities, but don't be afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to say I'm feeling this way and I don't want to. I have so much love for you and I'm really hurting and confused. How could our mom do this? I need to understand. And don't even make it about the money, because in the end of the day, it's not the fucking money. It's it's the way that you were separated, the way that she kept you, made you different. That's what you're really upset about.
But I am curious, do you have any sense of why the split got shaken? Did you become more successful and him less? Was it emotional triangulation and manipulation? Like what is it that was actually happening in this dynamic?
Yeah, I mean, I'm successful. I have a good job. I'm married. My wife has a good job. We own a house. We're good. And my little brother has been dealing with like substance abuse issues, lived at home, like hasn't really held a job. He is clean now, but like, he's
Not
still,
after he
like,
gets that
kind of,
inheritance.
at this point feels like sobriety is his job.
That is, it's
And I get
it's
that,
very
but
hard.
it's also like, and so I think my stepmom, I think she was just scared and was like trying to do whatever she could to like protect him in the, as she was dying.
And I think you need to reframe it in your mind. The 100%, the split, I don't think is a reflection of her love. I think she truly believes you're okay and you are going to be okay and you're the good one and you're the one who's got their shit together or whatever it is. And she doesn't need to worry about you. And it also kind of sounds like she did it in a panic.
Well, I have one more question. Another bit of curiosity.
Yeah.
You're financially stable. I get it. Money is good and everybody wants more of it. But since that's the case, what is it that the 25% means to you? Is it, okay, this is fair, or I actually would like that money, it would help my life? Like, I guess I'm asking a question that's a little difficult to answer. Like, why do you want the 25? What will it mean to you to get the 25%?
I think for me, it's fairness is a big thing. And, just this kind of like recognition of that relationship, with my mom as well, because, some of that money was hers before it was my
Right.
stepmom's. And also recognition of the relationship I had with my stepmom for 37 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd drill down on that. Like you and your brother have a real opportunity to find some healing in this. And I'll bet he's got perspective that you have not even thought about. You know what I mean? It would be, I wouldn't even be thinking about the end result of the money, especially because when you talk about the money, it really is just validation of what's fair and validation of the fact that you had this person that you thought of as a mom who made hasty decisions that make you feel something that I'll bet she did not intend.
And also, though, if he gets the money, he doesn't get validation. Sorry, from the mom because she didn't leave it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's,
I mean, that's the thing, is that even if he makes it right, like, it doesn't change really what my stepmom did, but I feel like it would help me to like put this sort of episode behind me if my brother sort of does what I feel like is fair, and then I can
even
I don't know, I feel
validates
like I haven't really been grieving at all over the past 4 months.
because
I've
it's
been so
like
mad.
tangled up in all of this other feeling. I'm so sorry, buddy. That just fucking sucks.
I think you should do what Seth said and really have it out with him in an emotional way and really set aside the time to do that in like an intimate way. And then I also think be okay with whatever the outcome is.
Yeah, it's the money, right? Like, don't really worry about the money, because the money at this point is just a symbol. It's just a symbol, and I still, it doesn't sound like that's what your mom was going for. It really sounds like she's concerned about your brother's ability to care for himself and just wanted to stack the deck in his favor and wasn't worried about you. God, it is so hard, right? Because your parents, they don't even think that they think they're doing the right thing.
I know.
And they fucking hurt you so bad because they're like, what? I wasn't even trying to do that. You're like, why don't you understand?
From her perspective,
simple.
she was like, I could save his life 75%. Wait, no, maybe I'll save his life 90%. No, wait, maybe I'll give him all my money and I'll fully save his life. Like it sounds like a panic decision. I can tell you from my experience, my dad died super young and we didn't have shit. He was not a rich man. And guess what? The family fought over scraps of garbage. I mean, there was family tension over literally a storage facility full of like worthless paintings and old movies that my dad had made. And it made me realize, like, no matter what, these things that they leave behind become this weird emotional totem, and money's already so poisoned anyway. Money's already the kind of thing that makes you go crazy, that when it becomes literal money, it's like it's so easy to go, she didn't love me, he got everything. He's probably engulfed in guilt that he's keeping it because but he also is like engulfed in panic if he gives it away. Like everybody's been poisoned by this money, and you have an opportunity, a difficult opportunity, to say, the money's not mine, I'm good, let me try to salvage this relationship.
It's so hard too, because if your brother's a real addict, there's a whole different voice in his head every second of every day that's just like, I want drugs. I don't like being alive when I'm not on drugs. And I've dealt with so much addiction. It's the predominant thought in every consideration, right? So my recommendation, what has worked best for me is really being honest with myself about, how do I feel about this? Why am I upset about this? What does this make me think about, like, especially with your mom, like just the fact that she died, and then there's all this bullshit in the wake. And so whenever you're thinking about her, you're thinking about this choice that's, you gotta get past all of that. Remember the truth about that relationship, all the ways that she was like a mom to you. And then get with your brother and say, I'm trying to work this out. I'm so sad she's gone, and I have these feelings, and I think you are the only person that can understand how I'm feeling. Like, just look to your brother for understanding.
I have a crazy suggestion. See if you guys think this is nuts. Everybody. Okay, let's go with the smallest percentage, 10%, right? You've got money. Let's make peace with the fact that you're not going to get a fair shake here. You didn't get a fair shake for whatever reason that is. So let's go to the smallest percentage, which was 10%. Go to your brother with all this, what Seth said, like salvaging the relationship is the foremost thing, with the knowledge that you're not getting a fair shake financially, and say, I'd like 10%, and the two of us can put that 10%, give it to a local addiction charity. We can give that money away. I just want to feel
addiction charity, though. That might be like
or like, something. Okay, fine. St. Vincent de Paul.
Drugs?
Whatever.
It's college money for the kids. It's all like there's legitimate practical uses that you can put it towards. I understand the sentiment in that, and I back that. Like, we want to help other people deal with addiction, and isn't that a good way?
Just also to say the money that's coming to me, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to go to him and say, can I have 25%? And he's going to be thinking, you want 25% of my money. It was given to me. It's my money. And if you come to him and say, I actually want to give this money away, I just want to feel like we made this decision together and I got a fair, if that truly is what it's about, then you have an argument that isn't about, it won't be able to be triangulated into more financial manipulation. That's already so tough, a dynamic in this family.
My strongest advice is just fuck the money, right? Like, that's the truth, is just say, hey, look, dude, I don't care about this money. I'm not coming at you for 10%. I need us to come together about how I'm feeling about our mom, how I'm feeling about our relationship, how I'm feeling about us growing up together, but how I'm feeling about my mom's contribution. That's all I want to get at. I think we got a lot of unmined emotional shit that's making me feel crazy. It's making me feel crazy. It's making me feel things about you, about our moms. I don't want any of that. Let's talk that out. The money's not even a thing. I'm not even talking about that. You know what I mean? I think if you're able to get to that place where you're hugging each other again and you're like, I love you, I miss my fucking mom. You know what I mean? That's what you'll be able to bond about. And the money is a thing that maybe will come up later. Maybe he'll even feel like when it actually happens, shit, this isn't fair. You should have some of this, and you can be like, I'll take it, but I'm also not here for that. I'm here for the hug. I want you in my kid's life. You know what I mean? It's a tough it's a tough angle, but that is the cleanest way to really free yourself.
Why can't he say all that but not say, I don't want the percentage?
I just don't think it means the same thing.
But like that could mean like his kid's going to college.
Yeah.
Is that right? I mean,
No, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, I agree with all that stuff that you guys said, and
I want
I wish I was
25%.
like, good enough to just say that.
But I want the
you know,
money.
I do want some of the money. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a tangible part of it.
That's not bad.
I don't
And
think that's
that's
unfair.
reasonable.
My brother keeps it all. Like, I, I, I don't know how to not feel like super resentful of that.
Yeah. Well,
And-
it's
and-
not
and if
fair.
you
Well,
speak
it's-
sense
but
to
it
him,
is-
yeah.
I just now it's a risk, right? It's a risk, but you give him the opportunity to come to his own conclusion, as opposed to putting
Yeah.
him in a situation where he feels like something that he might be entitled to is being denied of him, right? So it's a delicate risk but you focus on the fidelity of the relationship, and I think that would organically bring him to the place where he's like, I don't feel comfortable keeping all this money.
Yeah, I mean, it's the disadvantage that you're in. And I hear everything you're saying, Seth, and I agree with it.
I know I'm such a progressive.
No, but it's real.
Pragmatic person.
Everything you're saying is real, but the difficulty that you're facing. First of all,
It's also why fascism's on the rise. I'm the opposition.
no, but the difficulty your relationship with your brother, with your mother, with this money has all been poisoned by unbelievable, like, emotional forces that are difficult to even untangle. Who knows what your stepmother was really thinking? It probably is that she was panicking and trying to save his life, but you don't even get to fully know that, and you don't get to know what your brother's feelings are, and then you have this feeling like, I want 25% of the money. Wait, no, now I'm an asshole for even wanting the money, because I should be this, like, Gandhi-like figure that's giving it to charity, like one guy says, or letting it go altogether, like another guy says. But then I actually want the money, and why? Maybe I'm an asshole. Am I a selfish asshole? I'm the successful one. I should be able to. The whole thing has been tangled into this fucking knot. And
You're not an asshole.
To top, I'm just saying that's probably what a person's thinking. Yeah. And then to top it all off, you're probably looking at the money going, I'm actually the person that should have the money. I'm the responsible one. Like, the dude that didn't belong with the money got the whole thing is poisoned, right? And in AA, which your brother is probably going to, there's a saying, it's an inside job, meaning, like, you cannot solve this. There is no external solve to an internal problem. The problem that you're having, it feels external. In some ways, it is external because it's literally a dollar amount, but it's an inside job. It's like, you cannot, the 25% will not make you feel better about your stepmother doing that. It will not make you feel better about the split. The only way, I believe, my opinion, the only way to make peace with that stuff is inside. It's internal. It's with the relationship with yourself, with a God, if you believe in it, with therapy. That is the way forward, and maybe the money will come.
And it's going to take so much for him to agree to give you a percentage. And he's going to talk to 3 friends.
And you're going to get more angry.
And the 3 friends are going to be, he'll be like, okay, let me think about it. And his 3 friends are going to be like,
Let me talk to my drug buddies.
they're going to be like, no,
Yo, dude, you should put that money in the wall. 20s and 50s, bro. Yeah. 20s and 50s.
I mean,
Stacks in the wall. Y'all didn't watch Ozark? Come on, dog.
I mean, it is such a small percentage that he is going to relinquish this. I mean, because psychologically, it's already his. He's probably already spent some of it in his mind. So you are going to have to let go of that. Obviously, you're right. And I would try, you've got to now work on having it. I still think you should talk to him, but I do think you're going to have to do some work on not letting it bother you so much.
Or just finding peace with an unfair situation. The world is unfair. You've been dealt a raw deal, but when it comes to the hand you've been dealt by life, the raw deal really, unfortunately, is your brother's. You're the one with the happy, successful life, and that's worth way more than 100% of the inheritance. I'd rather be in your shoes.
Well, we don't know
than
how
his.
much it was.
Oh yeah, how much was it? Let me before. No, but I'd rather be in your shoes
bummer.
than his.
It just feels shitty. I bet my it's not. I mean, it's talking out of school. My family, we've had all kinds of problems with family and money. It just sucks. It sucks when somebody takes that position of like trying to. You can't aggregate the love in the money is the thing, right? And it really is a demonstration of the fidelity that the parent believes of you. You know,
my cousins and siblings were trying to split 1/6 of a used Cadillac.
Yeah.
When my dad died.
When my grandma died, she left all of her money to my uncle that was dying from MS, and one of his brothers worked really hard to make sure that he got as much of it as he could. You know what I mean? And the whole time, you're like, be better instead. And you're like, what are you doing? Be cool. And he's like, this is mine.
Yep.
This is mine.
This is what I'm saying, and something to really focus on is that
You just can't do. I'm so sorry. You just can't like change somebody. You can't change them.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, you have 3 people here hearing this story, and each one of us has a story about familial inheritance-related greed. It is a thing that happens in when someone tells me my father is sick and dying, my mother's sick and dying, I've told people this. Be aware that the stuff that they leave behind will become contested, because it happens to people. It's common, and you're not alone in this feeling of unfairness. It happens to people all the time, and it's an ugly thing, but it's real, and you're not alone.
You're allowed to feel that way for sure. Just don't.
Yeah, I feel like such a cliche being upset.
There's a reason cliches are cliche, buddy. Humans are alarmingly similar.
Yeah.
But you owe it to your kids to at least talk to him, and to yourself to just talk to him and lay it all out and do one last gasp. Maybe you'll get something.
Give him a shot to like rekindle a relationship with you. Give him an opportunity to be your little brother. Like that's what you've really got. And help, because
Definitely.
there's no other kids in the mix, right? It's just the 2 of you.
Yeah.
So that's what you got, dude. That's what you got. You guys have the opportunity to bond over this grief.
And if all else fails, hire a couple of goons and go break those walls down and take the 20s and 50s.
Look at all these fucking stacks in the wall. Who did this? Who do this?
I'm sorry you're going through this. This is hard shit.
All right. Well,
This is top level hard shit.
all right. I hope we helped a little.
You're not alone.
Chatting with me today. Been fans for a long time. Moshe, I was at your taping of your comedy special at the New Parish.
Oh, live in Oakland, 2009. Well, you're awesome. And
Wow.
hey, you know what? Next time I come to town, you're on my guest list. So we're chipping away at that 100% little by little, $15 at a time.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
bye.
you. It's so strange how common that kind of poisoning of a familial well. It's so strange that people don't see.
And that the mom says it's going to be uneven.
It's just so strange that people don't see, oh, this is going to create a permanent rift in my family that I'm going to leave behind. I think I'm saving something, but I'm actually destroying something instead. It's just so bizarre to me.
Yeah.
They used to do that a lot, like all these rich families, like you read about them in the Gilded Age, and they were always like divvying up their inheritance, and it would make them like, whole families not talk to each other ever again, because they were kind of raised on only, valuing money, and it's just like, it's such a weird instinct.
Yeah. Should we cleanse the palate with a lighter? Do we have a lighter call? Do you have time? You got it.
Yeah. I'm so curious what this lighter call is.
Well, they're not usually that heavy.
How do I deal with I'm really into both necrophilia and necromancy. So, I've been calling upon the dark arts, and I just want to know where you stand. Like,
You
is
thought
Aleister
that was
Crowley?
too heavy.
Yeah.
That
was heavy. That was a heavy one.
It was
But you
heavy.
were good. You're a deep guy.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, and also it's like, I think it was good for him to see that it is a human evil that we all have to deal with.
We're 4 for 4. I mean, I'm telling you, I had my people in my family accusing me of trying to steal the birthright, and the birthright, I'm not kidding.
What's the
It was a storage
like
facility.
your trip to Israel?
Those are free. But it's like, it was literally paintings that my father's not a well-known artist. It was literally just paintings. And I got emails like, what are you California, trying to greedy? And it was just like, people go mad. It's like Gollum with his ring. Like, it's the stuff people leave behind becomes, in this case, it's pretty profound because it's 100% of the money.
Yeah.
It is, but it becomes this like, this madness, gold fever kind of a thing. And it's about emotion, not about the money. The whole thing is a fucking mess.
It can be really cool. My mom was a very prolific artist, and over her lifetime got to show a bunch of her artwork around. And when she died, my sister and I, like, real quick got all of her remaining work together and found a gallery in Philly where we could put it up.
Cool.
And then invited everybody to come literally take a piece of her with them.
Oh, that's so
and
nice.
So we got rid of all of her work. Everybody got to toast to her and also remember what a fucking crazy lady she was.
Yeah.
This crazy lady. I thought she was unkillable.
It's like, is that the work of Mean Gene Oker? Yes, that's right.
You remember that time when he rushed the stage under the third rope, kick the legs out from under Randy Savage.
But I'll tell you, during the fires, I think everybody in LA had this thought of a lot of people lost all their stuff, but the people that didn't go, what do I care about? What am I stuffing in a car? And I realized what I'm stuffing in a car are my father's paintings that eventually my family sent me. Those are the most precious things.
These paintings with you. I love that. That's what you grab.
Yeah, my dad's paintings.
I know, but I love that because you're talking about how it poisoned the well and how you like fought for the birthright, and everyone's like, I'm taking these fucking paintings. And then you're like, not even as a joke, you're like, well, I got those fucking paintings now, bitch. Guess what? Ain't no way.
That's not what I mean.
I hate to look. If the hell or high water, fuck the pets. I got my dad's paintings, bitch. You'll see him hanging around Thanksgiving.
No, it goes the paintings, my Emmy, and then my daughter. I mean, that's how it's working. I'm stuffing her in.
I like that order. I feel like you could pre-pack the Emmy with your go bag in your car.
Oh yeah, you can put it in the. All right. Well,
that way you could always bust it out.
Yeah.
If your AAA is late.
If I need gas, I just go. Can I have? I don't have any money, but
doesn't. I don't think they work like that.
Okay, we have to lighten the load for Seth because
he's going to think this is a very depressing podcast.
He just wants
No.
laugh.
I saw Neil Brennan's episode. Once you guys talk about mental health awareness.
All right, let's call Aaron in Boise. Hey, Aaron.
Hi.
It's Natasha, Moshe, and Seth Green.
What's up, Aaron?
Hello.
Hello.
How can we help you?
Yeah. I live in Boise, Idaho. So I'm just looking for some suggestions about dating in an extremely conservative state as a liberal. Apps are trash, right? I have an incredible fear of approaching people in public.
You sound hosed.
Because you feel like they have an 80% chance of being a Republican?
Or just starting a confrontational conversation.
Yes, that's always my fear, is that basically either they're a conservative or I'm going to get rejected in public, right? So.
That's the hard part, I guess. I think just being an actor, I had to get over being rejected in public really quickly. And there's nothing to really say about it, but except like figure out how to get over it. Like I apologize for being so candid and brutal about it, but the only way to get over it is to get over it. And like there's no pill, there might be a class, but it's as simple as like, who fucking cares if this person doesn't like you? You're awesome.
Do you think being an actor has created in your single life less of a fear of interpersonal rejection?
Absolutely.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, because I got up on stage in front of 30,000 people several times. Like I've also like had over 1,000 people actively booing me. You know what I mean? So like that's as bad as it gets. Oh my God, I peed in my pants while it was happening and everybody took a picture. I guess that's the bottom. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So you just sort of push past the, what am I so afraid of? What am I so afraid of? Am I afraid of approaching this person confident in my own opinions? Am I that lacking in confidence in my own opinions? Maybe these shouldn't be my opinions. If you don't believe what you're saying, if you don't believe in what you're presenting, nobody will. You look beautiful to me. And already like your hair, you look like you could pull off swagger if you really tried.
But Seth's a hardcore Republican, so don't get too excited.
I'm MAGA all the way, baby.
Well, I mean, you say you have a thought, Tosh?
No, I like you. It's very like you are really harnessing your mental energy, though.
It's easy to say.
It's will.
It's easy to say, and it's very hard to do. And I'm years of practice of just like shooting a shot and getting rejected. I'm not a tall person, and when I was out in clubs, like I was not the one that girls were like, oh, that guy, that's my guy. I was usually the one that goes like, all right. All right. So I had to have a ton of personality. I just think I always believe it's within a person's ability to present themselves in the way that they want to be seen, and also get to a place where someone else's judgment or rejection of you is not informative of your self-worth.
And you also have to think about, what is the projection of yourself that you want? Like if you really do want to have a family and a kid and whatever and a husband, you want that. You will what if you told yourself, I'll only get that if I do that hard mental thing and get over my hang up, you know? And I think you have to kind of do it for your future self.
Well, I think you said so casually, apps are trash, but so is the real world. And it sounds like you're really worried about the trash you might meet in the real world. I mean,
An app would tell you probably that someone is a Democrat.
Yeah, the most conservative,
Or liberal.
the most conservative state in America. There's still 30 to 40% of the people aren't conservative, and vice versa. If you recall, with the opposite concern. So that's what apps are for. They're to filter out stuff that you find to be deal breakers.
That's true.
Yeah, they're trash, but so are humans. So you go find yourself some gold. There's some gold in that trash. Get on those apps. It seems so easy.
Well, it's very like
my
you
gosh.
you do have to put in the work, which is miserable. And I've got friends who put in the work on apps, but they're not really trying to like meet a person they're gonna marry. Right?
They're trying to just fuck.
I guess so, or they're just like trying to pass time. I've got a friend who goes on like 2 dates a week, maybe like 3, and it's always like we're meeting, and they never hook up. They never.
Does he
hook
buy
up.
them dinner?
They'll go eat or meet for coffee.
Is
or
he
they're
paying?
like- I think so.
But if
I
it's
don't-
coffee, who cares? Like,
Well, I also offered him like, here's the best advice I ever got when I was out dating. One of my successful female friends was like, "Hey, I gotta let you know, the girl of your dreams isn't gonna notice you with all this trash hanging around." And I was like,
wait, what trash?
because I was just dating like strippers or whatever.
You used to date strippers?
Listen, we had a lot in common. We're both on stage performers.
Now we kind of take them.
We do a lot of compartmentalizing to tell the story to the audience who's paying you for your work.
No, I get it.
But it was as simple
Hey.
as that. Like, you can't go out and road test a bunch of bullshit you know is bullshit, because the people that you actually want to notice you, they will not be able to see you.
Where did you meet your wife?
We're very like nerdy people. I met her at Golden Apple Comics.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that actually,
That's
there's wisdom there too. If you want to find people who are like-minded, go to like-minded spaces. If apps are truly trash and you refuse to indulge in them, and I would say you should, go to places where you know you're more likely to run into people that are like-minded.
Yeah. Is there like a film club or like a book club or like a coffee shop or
Or like one of those pink pussy hat like knitting groups or whatever.
And you should
know?
get a Shih Tzu.
Get a shit. You think Shih Tzus attract liberals?
I don't know, just like a cute little dog. It attracts people. People come up to you.
I don't know. You can build your whole identity
Right.
around your familiar, and then you're just nursing a whole different kind of problem.
Oh, you are familiar. You really are deep nerds. Yeah.
What? Yeah, we're fucking nerds.
What's
Yeah.
a familiar?
It's like it's an animal that is like your
It's called a familiar?
If you're like into witchy nerdcore, look, I warned you, Natasha. I'm not cool.
you seem cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
sweet.
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Right on.
You
You,
do. You
would not listen. I'm not definitely not a.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually I'm joining a community concert band in September and starting grad school.
Hold on. Do you play an
So-
instrument?
I play the clarinet.
This is amazing. You could go in any direction.
Yeah, but what if they play "Hail to the Chief" on your first meeting? You're gonna be like, "Damn it! I was so close. I thought the woodwind section would work."
Listen, don't blame
Clarinet, you could get into
Boise.
jazz too. Do you like jazz? Do you just like playing music?
I do.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and it's the only instrument that I know how to play.
Come on, you could get with a jazz band
Grad
and
school in
just
what?
like have fun playing that fucking instrument. When you really like love an instrument and love playing it, you just got to find people that you can play with.
It would
That's
be
really
funny
all it
though.
is.
In Idaho, if they have MAGA jazz, that would be quite a community.
Music's nonpartisan; it just gets weaponized.
Hey, what are you
Yeah.
going? What are you going to grad school for?
I'm going for a master's in applied public policy.
You're good. You're going to be surrounded by libtards. You're good. You're in. You're fine.
You just got to get good at lobbying.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
No, you know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
also
it is the only like private school in the Boise area.
Yeah, you
so.
got this.
But you know, Moshe's like a problem in our house is like he'll be like, "You're too negative," you know, like you're seeing the negative thing, you know, like in our house, like if everything's a mess or whatever, I can only see like the negativity, and it really does show on me, and it's like, how do you get rid of it? Because it's like you can't. try to enter the dating scene thinking like the apps suck, the city sucks, you know.
I had a yogi I do yoga. Well, I try to do it once a week just because it's really, really helpful to me, for my body, both for my brain. And my yogi, who's awesome, he was like, I can notice you're in a state. I was like, yeah, I love the shit I fucking can. My world is crazy. And he was like, you ever worked with mantras? And I was like, yeah, when like, I'm the bubble, make me the ocean or whatever. And like, is that, he goes, yeah, try this. I don't need anyone or anything to change for me to find inner peace. And I was like, right. Yeah, that's a good fucking mantra.
Even yourself?
Well, I have to change.
Do you think? Okay, I was just gonna say,
but I don't need anyone
or
anything to change for me to find inner peace. Inner peace is within my grasp. It's within my capability. It's just between me and me. Close my eyes, sit in silence. Who's there? It's just me. That's where you can find inner peace. And all of these other things, all these other shit swirling around you, shitty dating options, bullshit, fascism and ignorance on the rise, like parading. It's very frustrating. The world, especially if you have a worldview of human beings as something worth preserving in every form. It's disheartening to be alive right now because you're seeing so many challenges to that idea.
And if you start changing your behavior a little bit and approaching people and challenging yourself and going places and putting yourself out there, you will see that it will reflect inside, I think.
You are the change.
It's kind of the same thing as the first call. It's an inside job. The change comes from within.
But all this stuff is so hard to implement. And before I met anyone, like before I met Moshe or had a serious relationship, I would like study every single, I was just always doing mantras. I was always doing like power of positive thinking. Like that was the only, I know that's how I like was successful. Like I used to like walk around everywhere, like saying, cause I just needed it. Yeah. Some people don't need it. Some people have like, our daughter probably won't need any mantras. She'll just have to look back and see how much she was loved every day of her life. I don't know.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you guys read Gary's book, or the book that Judd put together for Gary Shandling?
I saw the documentary.
Affirmations, yeah.
Oh, he had affirmations?
So many. Yeah, Gary was committed to like, you're gonna host it. You're gonna do that. You're the fucking best.
You believe in that?
Awesome.
Like I believe in kind of manifestation. Yeah. I believe in positive affirmation. I believe you have to believe it. You gotta believe it or no one will believe it. That's the thing I learned from being on camera my whole life is like, if you're not really buying it, there's a fucking dinosaur. I'm in love. My mom just died. Like whatever it is, if you don't believe it, they don't believe it. But if you believe it, you don't even need a line of dialogue. The audience can tell.
They go, that's Woodstock. I see Woodstock.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown. I mean that.
Well, good luck to you, and go out of your comfort zone and think of us when you're having sex.
Be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
You're awesome. Congrats on grad school. A new journey awaits.
Yes, thank you.
Aren't you guys?
It's so. I feel like I don't know that I not like I live in a bubble, but like my experience is confined to my own experience, and so I can really give advice based on what I've been through, what's helped me. But
aren't you so glad that you are married?
But I gotta say,
seems like the worst.
And I talk about that all the time.
But I gotta say, listening to you, you don't sound like a person talking from a bubble. You're a very clearly empathetic and compassionate person.
I love people.
Yeah, I can tell
deep
that.
down, I really love people.
I can tell that even by just listening to you give advice.
I love money.
Yeah. I love 100% of my stepmother's inheritance.
Yeah, money. It's like money is great as an option, but if you have a hole that you're filling with money, it'll never be full enough. You know.
That's what you got to fill it with acting jobs. That's what they say. They got.
Well, it's the same thing with the applause, right? I got to work on. Well, I should just keep it. But I got to work on a movie with a bunch of big stars, and saw a moment where we were all like working with a crowd, and each one of the AD was like, "We have 3,000 people here that are part of this thing. Was only have like one or two overhead shots of like everybody in the scene. So we're gonna introduce you guys to the crowd, and each person comes out and like does a call, and the audience goes nuts or whatever. And like one of the guys comes out. Just antics, just a little bit, just to like boost the crowd, just a little bit. And one of the actresses, the older actress, leans over to me. She goes, "You see that? He needs it." and she looked at me dead serious and goes, "You can't need it."
Huh.
And I never forget that.
Oh, wow.
Never forget that. It's never about that. It's never about that. You only get those parabolas every once in a while in your career. If you're lucky, you have like highs and lows, and it's never about how much applause you're getting or how high your commodity is trading. It's like you're in it. You're in it. Like we're all fucking in it, no matter which way you nurture it, right? Everybody has the opportunity to like suddenly explode and be the Vogue just because their new idea is so cool.
I sort of think that that's true with life in general. Not just, I mean, I think you're saying that.
No, it's a metaphor.
Already. But it's a beautiful metaphor. Like you need it. It kind of connects to what they were saying. Like any type of like I must have from the universe in order to be whole. It's a failing proposition from the beginning. It is finding satisfaction within. I find satisfaction with you, Natasha.
You too, honey.
All right.
And you too, Seth. Welcome to our throuple.
Yeah.
Did she tell you we had so much fun playing a married couple? What a blast.
She said she had a great time. And
you were so funny.
You're great. It was everything I hoped it would be.
And by the way, I did a lot of heavy lifting to make sure she got there too.
You did.
Yeah.
I know you had to change like a whole bunch of plans. You had a plane trip.
I was cold calling car services in Oregon, and we were leaving from Detroit, Detroit, Oregon. And I cold called one, and I go, "How much would it be to go from Detroit to the Portland airport?" And he wrote back $7,800. I said, "What?" He goes, "What? You said Detroit, Michigan, right?" I go, "No, not fucking. You're an Oregon-based chauffeur. You thought I was asking you to drive to Detroit to drive?" And he was willing.
He was willing to drive someone from Detroit to Portland for $8,000.
He wasn't stupid. He wasn't gonna be like,
Don't you have to stop? Like, isn't there like a stop? How long is that trip?
I don't know, but he was down. So you know what? That guy needed it.
Sounds like
I got my own urine bottle and I travel with diapers, so I'm fucking going, buddy. I got 5-hour energy drink. I'll drink them back to back. I don't give a shit.
Do people find you on Instagram or wherever?
Tell us about your podcast.
Find him in the movies. Find a podcast.
I don't do any podcasts.
I thought you had a
should do a
podcast.
damn podcast.
No. We do. I do other people's podcasts.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you're good at it. You're good at that.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
You know what? I hate administration work.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, when Robot Chicken first started, because nobody. How do you explain some of these jobs that were? I was just like, fuck it, we'll just do it, and I wound up having to do more word processing in those first couple seasons than I ever had in my life, and I just hated it. I thought I said to my partner who had spent his entire life in publishing. I was like, you don't understand my life. I'm an actor. Like, I can't sit here fucking typing. What am I doing? Making these lists. I'm going to die here. Mm-hmm. I said, I understand why people have so much trouble with desk jobs. Like, it's very challenging.
You never wrote a book?
A book?
Yeah.
No.
What's up, man? I've written two. I'll ghostwrite it with you. You got
Really?
Yeah, man. You got a bestseller. I mean, duh.
What? He just talks about his life as a child?
Yeah, duh. Anyway, whatever. I'll pitch you all my Shark Tank ideas later. Thank you for joining us. That was
it's my
awesome.
pleasure.
Seth,
man.
you're
Great
so
to hang out
funny.
with you
Thank
guys.
you. And you
Thanks,
gave great
Natasha.
advice.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, thanks.